Welcome to Small Town Big Deal.
We've traveled across the country and firmly believe that the people in small towns are the hands that keep America strong.
So join us, Rodney Miller,
And Jann Carl,
as we show you the great things these people do on Small Town Big Deal. Welcome to Small Town Big Deal. I'm Rodney Miller.
And I'm Jann Carl. Just northeast of Burlington, Vermont is the small town of Essex.
And just on the outskirts of Essex
lives a man who has built his own little field of dreams.
But you're going to find out why it's a really big deal. Meet Pat O'Connor. This guy loves baseball. In 2001, Pat built a wiffle ball field in his backyard. He named it Little Fenway.
Soon after, he opened it up to charity tournaments, and it became so popular, he built a second field in 2007, Little Wrigley.
This is exactly 1/4 of the size of the real Fenway field.
And Little Wrigley Field, exactly 25% of Wrigley Field.
We met up with Pat to find out more about his story.
Pat, this is just really cool. I mean, how in the world did you come up with this idea?
My wife and I put an invitation out that said, if we build it, will you come for a 4th of July party to open up Little Fenway. About 200 showed up, and then half of those people wanted to invite more people. So we had a marathon wiffle ball game going, and it was really at that moment that we realized that the fields were going to be something a lot more special than what we originally envisioned.
Pat is a hero to all the wiffle ball guys, but to me, the hero is his wife, Beth.
I've just learned to trust those ideas that usually they're going to turn out great.
You know, I think Pat and I got a little bit in common. He builds Little Wrigley, Little Fenway, and I build a corn maze.
Here's the pitch.
I have a vague memory of playing wiffle ball as a kid, a little bit, but not like they do here.
We created kind of a new version of wiffle ball here where we actually play it much like baseball, where you run the bases and there's a speed control and stuff like that.
Just like when I'm driving a car, there's a radar gun here too, and you can't go over 35 miles an hour here.
Everybody can play.
Yeah.
It kind of levels the playing field for kids and girls, and men and women can all enjoy this game.
Oh my gosh, there's no way I could have hit
What
that.
was that? That is amazing. Rodney and I agreed we had never seen pitches like this before, so we went to the Yankees pitcher Joe to find out how they do it.
So I might be a premier pitcher, but I'm also one of the more seasoned.
Seasoned, I like that. Yeah, experience.
Yeah.
So they were
We know all about
Yeah, we
experience.
know about seasoned experience.
All that good stuff.
If you would teach us one pitch, which one would you want to teach us?
Well, I could let you make the choice. I mean, I have the roundhouse curve, I have a riser, I have a screwball, and a knuckleball.
The one that goes best with somebody who throws like a girl.
Wow. Boy.
Jen and I, you know, we're kind of novice wiffle ball players, but this is a science to Joe.
You're gonna bring it, and when you throw it, you're gonna kind of like fling it and let it roll off your fingers if you can.
How he taught us to hold the ball and to throw it and spin it.
And if you throw it straight like that, and it starts to spin straight, it's gonna curve.
He is really good.
You're gonna make them fear you like this. So you're gonna shake the
Oh,
ball.
I'm gonna make them fear me?
Yeah. Look at it like this. Okay.
Do I growl or anything?
Yeah, this is wiffle ball. Come on.
Okay.
People don't realize how serious a sport this is.
Joe would make a great coach because he was so patient.
Just do it.
No.
Did you see that? That was excellent.
It was? I can't believe it worked. I think Joe knows what he's talking about.
Come on, right over this way.
Right over the plate?
That's right, right over that plate.
You got it. You got it.
Of course, Rodney gets it in his first pitch.
Joe really does know how to teach you a wicked pitch.
This tournament isn't just about the love of the game. It's also about the love for a very special man.
That man would be Travis Roy. The reason he's here today is because of a tragic moment in 1995.
I was injured in the fall of 1995. I was a freshman at Boston University. It was my first game. They were the defending national champions. I had been working my whole life for this moment. And I skated in there just as fast as I could. And the defenseman picked up the puck, and I thought I'd give him a big shoulder check and kind of make my presence known. And I just didn't hit him as squarely as I had hoped, and went headfirst into the dashboards. And then turned out I broke my 4th and 5th cervical vertebrae, and I'm a quadriplegic ever since.
The minute I met Travis, all I felt was positive energy, which is pretty amazing considering what he's had to face.
I imagine it's been quite a journey from that moment to this day.
I've gotten to see the best of humanity. Every day since my accident for 17 and a half years, people early on were doing things to help me out personally, financially, emotionally, and then eventually we thought we need to share this goodwill that we keeps pouring in, and we started the Travis Roy Foundation to try to help others and who weren't receiving the publicity or the help that they needed.
Travis admitted he's had some dark days, and I just think that shows he's human. But through the help and support of friends and family, he has really found a greater purpose. How many people would you help a year then with that $1 million?
Half the money we raise goes towards research, and the other half goes towards individual grants. I mentioned the wheelchairs, voice-activated computers, simple home modifications. It's amazing what can be done with a disability if you've got the right technology.
What advice do you have for people who don't know how to approach you?
The most important thing you can do, if you see someone with a disability, maybe they're just a little bit different, look them in the eye, put a smile on your face, and say hello. It just breaks down such a little barrier there that lets that person with a disability know that you have some level of comfort, and then you're open and accepting to them.
Pat and Travis got connected in 2002 when Pat read Travis's book called 11 Seconds. He then offered up Little Fenway as a place to hold charity tournaments to benefit the Travis Roy Foundation.
And we raised $4,000 the first year, and we were thrilled.
This is the 12th year of the tournament, and they have grown in size, players, teams, and in how much money they've raised.
In the end, we're going to raise over $500,000 in this one weekend.
$500,000 for wiffle ball? That's awesome.
It's going to provide so much hope for those of us with wheelchairs.
Okay, so Travis, since this is kind of Jann's sport, we were thinking like maybe we could have an entry next year.
I think we need a small town big deal team.
Yeah?
And I think you should maybe invite a few of your biggest fans.
So you'd let us come back?
Oh, you guys are welcome back anytime, especially if you bring Jann.
Oh, yeah! Yeah!
You know how this works.
We have to take a short break, but coming up next, Rodney and I take a swing at being the home run champ.
I don't know, Jann. I'm not sure which bat to use.
We believe it means more when something's made by hand here at Cracker Barrel, and we hope you think so too. So stop on by. You're always welcome.
Small Town Big Deal is partnering with Nationwide Agribusiness for something very important: safety in rural America.
Our goal is to come up with the top 100 rural safety tips.
But we need your help. Go to our website at smalltownbigdeal.com.
Then click on the Nationwide Agribusiness link and submit your tip.
And everyone who submits a tip will get a free hat.
But wait, there's more! If your tip is selected as one of the top 100, you will get a t-shirt and be featured on our website.
So what are you waiting for? Submit your tips, because safety in rural America
is a big deal.
Pauquette's Historical Farmall Museum in Leesburg, Florida is one of the finest collections of tractors, equipment, and memorabilia in the country. Explore the hundreds of rare and beautifully preserved farmall tractors and equipment.
It is our American history, and that's what this is all about, America.
Come by and visit Pauquette's Historical Farmall Museum in Leesburg, Florida. They're preserving America's farming history one tractor at a time. While in Burlington, Vermont, we stayed at the luxurious Smuggler's Notch, America's family resort. For more information, go to smugs.com.
Welcome back to Small Town Big Deal. We're in Essex, Vermont at the Travis Roy Foundation Wiffle Ball Tournament, and the competition is fierce.
This may be for a good cause and everybody's having fun, but I'm telling you, these guys are competitive.
Rodney and I were invited to compete against each other in a home run derby. So we got two heavy hitters, Eric and Dan, to give us some lessons.
All right, Dangerfield, first thing.
He's already nicknamed me.
Grip and rip. As soon as they got there,
Okay, grip and rip.
that's it. That's how we do it over here. Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to get these fancy green socks here.
Oh.
Right, that's the 30 for 30 club.
Oh.
We're all here about raising money, so we want to do that. Softball, baseball, they're coming in straight. Wiffle balls, they go any way. Anticipate before the curve is coming in.
How long you been playing?
This is my 4th year down here.
Wow.
Yeah.
You love it?
I love it.
Watch it come in and then flip.
Yep, just flip it over. And that's it. That's how you win.
Woo! That was great! Did you see that?
That was great.
Did you see that?
Jann always thinks she's not athletic, but she really is. And she really hits the ball well in wiffle ball.
Now coming up at Little Fenway is the home run derby with Small Town Big Deal. Now it's Jann Carl and
I was always the last one picked in PE for softball.
Jann.
I don't play!
Yes, you do now.
So I was a little worried about embarrassing myself.
Come on, Jann, keep your eye on the ball. Let's go now. Okay, very good.
Yay! I think this may be her sport.
Good job, Jann. Good contact. Whoa!
Thank you very much, Jann. Well done.
Even though I hit the second one pretty good, I wish I'd had just a little more practice.
Now, no roundhouse sinker.
Whoa, danger! Rodney Dangerfield, there you go.
No, you can't give him the sign of the roundhouse sinker. I really like the Yankees. I've changed my mind. I'm a Yankee fan. What can I say? I tried a few right-handed. Then I switched to left, and I was much more effective.
Good job.
I think I'm going to stop while I'm ahead.
Good job.
That's what I'm talking about. Rodney knew how to represent small town big deal.
Well, neither of us actually hit home runs, but we did have a lot of fun trying.
Jann Carl and Rodney Miller.
Now we'll watch the real champs play as the championship game has finally arrived.
The Crusaders versus the Boston Beef.
Last out. These guys are not playing for money. They're playing for the bragging rights that are etched in stone.
Lifted out into a shortstop, comes home.
And the winner is...
The Boston Beef. Third time, etched in stone.
As we wrap up our time in Vermont, it's been great to see how Pat and Travis, both men with different dreams, came together to make a difference in this world.
In life, there's times when we choose our challenges. There's other times when the challenges simply choose us. It's what we do in the face of those challenges that defines who we are, and more importantly, who we can and will become.
We believe it means more when something's made by hand here at Cracker Barrel, and we hope you think so too. So stop on by. You're always welcome.
Small Town Big Deal is partnering with Nationwide Agribusiness for something very important: safety in rural America.
Our goal is to come up with the top 100 rural safety tips.
But we need your help. Go to our website at smalltownbigdeal.com.
Then click on the Nationwide Agribusiness link and submit your tip.
And everyone who submits a tip will get a free hat.
But wait, there's more! If your tip is selected as one of the top 100, you will get a t-shirt and be featured on our website.
So what are you waiting for? Submit your tips, because safety in rural America
is a big deal.
Paquette's Historical Farmall Museum in Leesburg, Florida is one of the finest collections of tractors, equipment, and memorabilia in the country. Explore the hundreds of rare and beautifully preserved farmall tractors and equipment.
It is our American history, and that's what this is all about, America.
Come by and visit Paquette's Historical Farmall Museum in Leesburg, Florida. They're preserving America's farming history one tractor at a time. Welcome back to Small Town Big Deal.
We're leaving Vermont and headed to Sturbridge, Massachusetts, home to Old Sturbridge Village.
We heard from one of our viewers that it's a big deal here.
We found out Old Sturbridge Village has been around a long time. It started in 1946 as a living history museum.
You're my little sister, so we could be helping in the kitchen?
Probably.
Old Sturbridge Village portrays everyday life in New England from 1790 to 1830.
What I'm working on now is a garden. It looks like a couple of rabbit ears at the moment.
Can you believe they have over 250,000 visitors every year?
And of those, over 60,000 are students on field trips.
Hey, is that a baby cow in there?
There's a lot of cool stuff here, like a sawmill, a print shop,
And then we'll have fronts on backs and backs on fronts.
and of course, the town blacksmith.
If you're working on your farm and you break something, this is the guy that fixes it.
That farmer must have really done well.
Jann and I are on a quest to find out what we'd do for a living if we lived in that time period.
We found out that a lot of times a farmer would pick up a trade part-time just in case their crops didn't do so well that year. So we met up with Scott in the pottery barn.
So everything starts right on the center of the wheel, whether it's a closed jug, whether it's an ink stand. And today I'll make one of these.
Scott's been making pottery here for 30 years. Jann and I are definitely apprentices.
People have been doing this for thousands of years.
That's true.
Not me personally now, mind you. But.
You know, Scott makes this look really easy, but I'm thinking it's not going to be very easy.
I've got one big, cyst on one side of it. I'm a little nervous when I have to make the hole in the center because he said,
Push it right in there. Yeah, that's it. Use your other one. Straight down, straight down.
next thing I'm gonna know is I'm gonna have like a pipe.
You'll be able to go so far. Yeah,
It's getting a little wobbly on
yeah, so now you want to get it as round as you can.
This vessel would not hold much.
I tell people most of the really good potters I know, they're all women.
She's doing really good. I think she's done this before.
Yep, slide it right into the palm of your hand.
Jann went first and she did a really good job. Now I'm kind of wishing I'd have went first. Oh, that was not a good shot.
In wiffle ball, he wanted to crush the wiffle ball.
Yep.
Now in pottery, I'm afraid he's gonna want to crush the clay.
Yeah, now you probably want to get a little bit of water on there.
You didn't help me with any water.
You're a professional.
I got a premonition. This is not going to turn out well.
If he doesn't have this farming thing down, he's in a heap of trouble.
In big trouble?
In big trouble. Yeah, a lot of kids with no shoes this year. Make that hole a little bit bigger. Up. Oh, we could have. We
got a problem,
yeah,
Houston?
We definitely have a problem. We definitely have a problem.
Okay, I just got too much muscle for a potter. I'm going to have to find a new trade.
For the first time, that's pretty nice.
Not bad.
You could keep some change in there. And if your farming thing doesn't work out, that might be big enough. That might be all you need right there.
My farming's not any better than my pottery making. That's going to be plenty big.
All right, I'll admit, pottery's not going to be my thing.
So I'm thinking tin making might be my trade. So we met up with James at the tin shop.
We're going to be making a cake cutter
cake
in
cutter.
a heart shape.
Cake cutter? Seriously? Jan got to him again. Couldn't we make like a canteen or a sword or something more masculine? Okay, now just squeeze the end of it from the end.
Oh.
Can I see it?
Yeah, it's gonna take. Rodney had to come in and save the day.
Maybe we got that good enough.
That should catch. Pull that crank. It's nice and slow. And the wire, don't get your fingers in there. There you go. You put it right about there.
Oh, one side. About
Yeah,
there.
and now bend it right around. Very good. And now we have
That's a little
lopsided.
All right, touch it right to it because you got to heat the metal as well as the solder. There you go. That looks like it's pretty good. Good. Now get out of there. There you go. We'll take a rag and wipe off.
I think your heart is on fire.
Wrap it a few times, and that will make it symmetrical.
Moment of truth.
Now take it off.
Hey, looks pretty good.
There you are.
You know what I love about this? It is obviously handmade. No two are alike. Thank you. You're a very patient teacher.
Appreciate it.
I heart tin making. Okay, I just hope that Rodney doesn't think this means I have to make him heart-shaped cookies now.
That would be pretty tough for me to do, since they do hearth cooking here.
So what we have here is our bake oven. And to know how hot it is, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my thermometer and I'm gonna put it inside my oven.
You know, Jann doesn't like to cook, and after seeing what these ladies had to go through, I think she'd have starved.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're right, Rodney. Working with the farm animals, that's more for me.
We saw Reese Simmons driving a cool team of oxen, and we just had to find out more.
Plow with our oxen, we bring in our harvest with our oxen, so we try to do as much as we can with the traditional methods.
What exactly is an oxen?
Oxen are just bulls that have been turned into steers and then trained to do their job. So they're essentially
so it's not
just
a special breed.
No, it's not a special breed. Any breed of cattle can turn into oxen.
You know, I hate to admit it, but I didn't know that an ox is just a trained steer.
Then again, he wasn't smart enough to stay a bull.
Well, I guess thousands of years, oxen have been the tractors of the farm.
Yes, absolutely. They were definitely the tractor of the farm. They provided all of my draft power.
Of course, no cab, no GPS, no air conditioning, no satellite radio.
Can oxen pull more than a horse?
It depends if you're talking to a horse guy or an ox guy. I guess I have.
She's gonna say horse.
I guess I have my bias because I tend to work with oxen more. Pound for pound, they're about equivalent in sheer power.
Well, you know, everything is rated in horsepower.
Exactly. Maybe it should be ox power. I don't know.
You know, Reese has got a really cool job here, and I think he's totally in his element.
Rodney and I can see how much Reese loves these animals and how much time he's taken to train them.
I can't physically make these guys do anything. So it's that working relationship with the teams that I find kind of magical, if you will.
Well, Reese, this has been really educational.
Well, thank you guys
so
for stopping
much.
by.
After riding around and visiting old Sturbridge Village, we both have a greater appreciation for the people from the past and those who are preserving it.
You know, I'm a lifelong learner. I love to learn new things. What I really liked about old Sturbridge Village was seeing the kids learn so much about our past.
It means a lot to me that there are still places like this that preserve the great traditions of America. They'll die. You know, I think I could have been a farmer even back then, but it would have been a lot more work.
Maybe I could be a potter or a tinner or work with the oxen. Oh, they'll never let a girl work with the oxen.
I'm thinking animal whisperer, but she's got to muck the stalls. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Small Town Big Deal.
I know I really enjoyed Sturbridge Village. It's so peaceful here, and I learned a whole lot of stuff.
You know, and I learned that I really appreciate the modern day conveniences.
Let me guess, tractors instead of oxen.
How about indoor plumbing?
That was important.
And Travis Roy, I'll never forget him or his story.
No, he's so inspirational. He really is a hero, and he is providing hope to so many others.
And we learned that wiffle ball is your sport.
I finally have a sport.
After all these years.
Yes.
I'm Rodney Miller.
And I'm Jann Carl.
Join us again next week when once again we celebrate the great stories from across America.
Lives a man who has built his own little field of dreams.
But you're about to find out why it's a...
What?
Huh?
What?
What?
You started laughing.
I just chuckled, I'm sorry.
I thought I did something wrong. You're like...
No, I was just like adding a little chuckle. Did I?
I like the chuckle.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay, Chuckles. Now you have a new nickname.
All right, Dangerfield. So the first thing you want to do is
Dangerfield?
Dangerfield, yeah, Rodney. First thing
That's
you
my
want.
nickname now?